Howdy ho peoples, this week I have been doing some more Grado GH2s with a detachable cable, but this time we've done it slightly differently, where we've recessed a nut to hold the socket in place rather than relying on glue. So it's a slightly more advanced way of doing it, but gave some quite nice results. Well, I think we've done a set of these before, but I've got another pair of Grado GH2, but this one's limited edition, so it might be slightly different. I don't know. I think they've got different wood. Yeah, so let's get these apart. We're doing a detachable cable mod again on these, as per usual. These ones look pretty new. Seems a shame to pull them apart. But let's get these badgers out. So I've got the hot plate up to temperature. It's on about 90 degrees. It should be enough to soften the glue on these. Okay, so let's just do this. Yeah, I've got, as I said, I think we've already done these, but I've got the cameras already set up, and maybe I can do a better video. I don't know. Let's have a go. I'm just going to remove the headband. So I'm just levering these out from the little holes that are in there, and releasing the ear cup. And again, lever. Ooh, this one not going to come out as easily. There we go. That's that. So that's it released from the headband, and yeah, standard kind of Grado headband, like a leather over some wire, over some spring steel. So that's yeah. Sorry, I've just been doing some SR80s earlier, and this is a much nicer material that you get on these ones. Okay. So standard kind of stuff, glued in place. I'm hoping soften the glue, push this out, and it will release itself. But what we're going to do, just to make that job a little bit easier, is I'm going to cut the cable first and poke that inside. So there's no going back from this now. So inside we've got 4 wires per ear, 2 for positive, 2 for negative. And as I've noticed on the Grados, the cheaper range, like the SR80s, tend to have just 2 wires inside. This kind of middle of their range one has 4. On the top of the range ones, like the 1000 and 2000, have 6 wires in there. So 3 for positive, 3 for negative, which will just give it more current carrying abilities, lower impedance. So just a better cable, the more conductors you get in. But yeah, I think that's a sensible amount. I think the 6 wire ones may be over the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop those on the heat pad, and I'm going to cover them up with some Michael Bublé wrap. Keep the heat in, and I'm going to let those warm up for a bit. And then that will hopefully release the grills, and then we can warm up the driver side and release the drivers. Hope this goes according to plan. It's kind of 50-50. Some of these pop out nicely, other ones you have to take ages with a hot scalpel and just clear the glue out from the edge, but I'm hoping that's not going to be the case with these. So leave it with me for a bit, and I'm going to let those warm up. Okay, let's see if these is cooked. Yeah, it's loosening. That's that one out. That's that one released. Yeah, so they're just hot glue. Again, holding these grills in. Now I'm just warming up the other side, the driver side, because that's got glue on it as well, and then hopefully I can kind of pick that out and push it through. So I'm going to get a scalpel. I don't know. I'll steal James's. Let's have a look. Whoa. Oh no, that's tweezers. Scalpel. See if I can remove some of this glue. Just swapping these over. As the glue cools down, it gets harder to work. Swapping over, so one's warming up while I'm working on the other one. Alright, I think that's it. We've got most of the glue out from around the driver. Now I'm hoping I can just pop this out. Woo! Whoop! There we go, that's one out. Come on, you know you want to. Yeah, there we go. Winner. Right, okay, that's the difficult bit done. Woo! Okay, right, so I'm getting a bit braver with these. And I don't know, what I've been doing in the past is making a little pocket on the inside of this tube and then gluing that in with E6000. But what I'm going to try and do this time is put a small recess in the socket there, and then we can put in this little nut that comes with it and do that up to hold it in place. That might be a more elegant solution. I'll probably still put a bit of hot glue in there just to stop it from moving around, but I think I'd feel better. So I found this little burr tool which is like the right size for that thing. And I'm going to just make a little recess in there. Okay. Just taking it slow. Yeah, it's just about there. I might go in with a flat-ended bit and just make that a bit flatter on the inside. There we go, so that's quite nice. That sort of sits in there flush. And then I just have to take a bit out the middle as well, and then I can kind of do that nut up. Woo! That was a bit scary. Let's do the other one. Yes, recessed in that one as well. We'll put a little bit of wax around that so that you can't see where it's been carved as much. It doesn't have that light ring around it. Right, cool. So I'm going to go with a ball end and just carve out the inside a bit for the socket to sit in there. So there you have the nut recessed into the socket nicely, which holds that in. Yeah, so I think that's a nicer way. Obviously there's a little bit more work involved, but I think that's a nicer way of doing it than the way we've been doing it before. A little bit neater. So let's do the same on the other one, and we'll solder it all together. I'll get a little bit of wax on the wood just around there, just sand it off and give it a bit of a wax just to give it a slightly nicer finish around the socket. But yeah, that looks pretty freaking sweet. Before we put the sockets in permanently, we need to reattach the grills. So I would put those in first. Otherwise, we'll be able to get them in. I can't remember which way these went up. I think it was straight. So I've just heated them up again so that the glue will hold them. That's two. So They're nicely, and they went in nicely, didn't they? Yeah, so getting them back in is much easier than getting them out. Yeah, so they're all in there nicely. That's good. Okay, right. Top tip. Let's get my little kit out here. What I've got here is a furniture restoring kit, which is ideal for this kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we've got some marker pens with furniture stain in, and we've got some crayons which are made of furniture wax. So I want to find one that kind of matches this. You want to go light and then go darker if it doesn't match. So start off with the lightest one and work your way darker. There we go, that matches almost perfectly. That's good. Let's just do the other hole. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of wax. Kind of smush that in there. There you go, that looks pretty legit now. Looks like it was originally supposed to be there. Let's get a bit of wax on this one as well. You notice I put the crayon on there and that's melted a bit, but that's okay. They do advise to heat it up a little bit to soften it, but yeah, I probably shouldn't have left it on there. Yeah, so let's just give that a bit of a polish. Okay, let's warm up the soldering iron and get ready to attach these sockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the little zip tie that's on here that was holding it in. I should be able to just slide this outer cover off. There we go. That reveals the wires. So a lot of people dislike the Grado cable because of this super loose outer cover. It certainly makes removing it nice and easy. Let's just take that off there. So again, inside we've got two wires attached to each. The two blue ones are the negative, the two white ones are the positive. So we'll just trim it down a bit. Yeah, no point in having too much wire in there. Strip these off. Why you no strip? Right, cool. And just to aid soldering, I'm going to try and just twist the wires together and I can solder them as one wire. Okay, so I'm just pre-tinning the wires. Right, so that's a socket attached. And now poke that through the hole. Just warm up the hot glue gun. Right, okay, so we've got the socket in there, we've got the little nut done up relatively tightly. And I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue in there as well, just for safe measure. There we go. Just got a little bit of hot glue. Now the best bit where we actually get to put it back together. What I might have to do, unfortunately, is remove a bit more of this glue. Otherwise the driver won't go back in. I could probably soften it up again as well. Alright, let's see if it'll go in now. Oh, come on! Yeah, note to self on the other one, I'm going to go around and clean all this glue first. To be fair, I think I've just been very lucky with these up until now, and they've just popped back in. But this one, I think they've got glue underneath and on top somehow. Whoever was gluing this was very good at it. It was really nice, even glue. Best gluing I've seen. But also, somehow managed to get it into places that other Grado technicians have not. Yeah, there we go, living the dream. Alright, let's seal that bad boy back up again. So I'm just going to apply light pressure on the glue gun and go around the outside of the driver, just sealing it back up. Alright, that'll do, pig, that'll do. Okay, so I just need to do the other one and then we can wang them back together. There we go. All the glue gone. Right, leave it with me. I'm going to put this one back together and then we'll have a look at the final whatsits. Right, so here's the other one all put back together, and I have also soldered some 2.5mm jacks onto the end of the original cable. So let's put it all back together. Good click. Oh, thanks for watching. That was a slightly more advanced way of doing it by recessing the little nut in there, but I think it was worth the extra effort. And yeah, if you like this and you haven't seen the other stuff on the channel, check it out. We've got loads of other videos which are very similar. Give us a like, subscribe, that kind of stuff. Just keeps me motivated, keeps me going, keeps me working on these projects and filming them, which takes an inordinate amount of time. Anyway, super fun hanging out. Loving your work.